Signed with the burger recipe on it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
excellent.
A good one.
That's
so we'll be talking to the man
so
himself.
you're actually going to do that recipe?
We're going to do that
great.
recipe.
Yeah, which nobody else buying the book from anywhere else will get that recipe.
No.
Now, we were talking spice, we were talking curry, but so much more than curry. In fact, how about burgers for breakfast? Sounds good to me.
Oh, yes, we're going to cook some fantastic food with the food personality of the year. It's Mr. Todiwala's Bombay recipes and memories from India. And Cyrus Todiwala is with me now. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Simon.
Congratulations. Food
Thank you very much.
That's something very, very, very popular sort of award to win. You're going to cook some burgers. Now, I don't suppose Indian burgers are what people would think of, but it's your take on a lot of different recipes, isn't it?
Absolutely. And also, I mean, we don't call them burgers, we call them a patties or something like that, or a cutlet, you know.
And you're going to show us how to make those in the
Very simple. So we are doing a chicken burger, which is unusual, of course.
Yeah. And by the way, if you order this book from QVC, not only will you get a great price, but you'll get something special. You'll get this signed little leaflet, which has the recipe for the burger. So the only place you'll get this recipe is from QVC, and it's very busy on the telephone lines. That's 703-517. It's at a great price. It's a lovely big hardback book. So, what are we going to put in there?
So I just put some chicken leg meat in there.
Oh, okay.
Which I have just cleaned and diced up.
The Ninja. And chicken leg meat, is that because it's got more flavour than the breast meat?
100%. More flavour, muscle.
Oh, okay.
Great protein. Doesn't become stringy like breast chicken does.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice. So
no, these look good.
The sautéed onions.
Okay.
So just a little sautéed onion.
It almost looks like caramelised. They look quite sweet.
Yeah, just
sweet.
Because once you cool them down, they will change colour a bit.
Now, what's that?
Now, that is something that we Indians use a lot of. Is soaked bread slices.
So bread slices?
Yeah, leftover bread slices. You just soak them in water for a little while. They let the mince come through nicely. They don't allow it to become...
Because we normally use dried breadcrumbs.
You can use dried breadcrumbs too.
Yeah? But why the moist bread? Does that make it sort of hold together a bit?
It does, yeah. And I think we Indians are more used to that. So just a bit of fresh coriander.
Okay. And which part of India do you come from?
Well, I come from Bombay.
Okay. And
as the name would suggest.
And the thing is, with food, very important in the whole of India, but what's Bombay food like?
Well, Bombay is the melting pot of India. Let's put it that way. And, of course, the British first established themselves in Bombay. So Bombay was the place where the whole culture began. And which is why in Bombay only will you find so much of British influence in the construction, in Bombay and Calcutta, of course, but you'll find British influence in our cuisine. Every restaurant in the days when I was training also had an English section at the back.
Oh, is that right? I'm seeing, so we've got garlic, we've got ginger.
You've got garlic, ginger, green chili, fresh coriander.
Lemon juice went in there as well?
That's lemon juice gone in there.
By the way, some great recipes here. How about carrot fudge pudding? How about Bombay caramel pudding? There's all sorts of desserts in here, which is perhaps a little more unusual. We've also got something, and I'll just change to this one, because this one's a great one. Ginger cottage pie. Now, this is a real English dish, cottage pie.
Absolutely.
But you cooked this for some special people, haven't you?
Very special person. I cooked it for Her Majesty's first Diamond Jubilee lunch.
Oh, wow.
So I was lucky enough to be asked to do the first luncheon for Her Majesty.
Now, something else that I was looking at here is a real favourite of mine. Who goes to maybe an Indian restaurant and orders a dansak? Oh, yeah.
Many people do.
Lamb dansak. But the thing is, I didn't actually know so much about it. Dansak's quite an important meal for you guys on a Sunday.
In my community, the Parsi community of India, dansak is our Sunday roast. And we eat dansak for every Sunday.
Yeah.
But dhan means the rice. Sak is the lamb cooked with the lentils.
I see.
So it's always with the brown rice with the brown onions, flavored with star anise. The lamb cooked with the lentils, onion salad, plenty of meatballs or kebabs. So more meat.
More meat.
Fried papads.
Yeah.
Bit of lime, and but that's it. That's a full meal.
Some beautiful photographs by Helen Cathcart in here. And I mean, it really, I think, brings out not just the wonderful food, but also this fabulous, rich culture that you come from. I mean, food is massively important in India, but also the ingredients, how it's cooked, the whole atmosphere around it, and the pictures really bring that out.
I think food is very much at the epicenter of every Indian family. And of course, every family, like everywhere else in the world, has its own secret recipes and every mum is the best cook in the world.
Now, with a lot of, I mean, I've bought Madha Jaffrey's books and I've bought all sorts of Indian cookbooks, and some of them can be a little bit difficult to follow, some of them can be a little bit difficult to find the ingredients.
Yeah.
Can I go to the supermarket and get what I need to make this?
That's how the book is made. It's made so that you can go to the supermarket and actually buy everything that's in there.
Oh, good.
A few ingredients here and there.
What have you put in
Now,
there?
what I'm doing there, sorry, that's a good question. I've got a bit of mayonnaise, mustard, horseradish sauce, and a touch of ketchup to make it like a almost Oriental-style coleslaw.
Oh, that sounds really
And I'm going to put some fresh coriander inside. So here goes some shredded cabbage, beetroot.
What does it take to be a good cook with Indian food?
I think it takes, first of all, the interest, and it takes you to be fearless a bit. Because I think the biggest problem we have in Britain is people being afraid of messing up. You shouldn't be afraid of messing up. So what if you make a mistake? If it's still edible, you create something fantastic.
Okay.
And
so be prepared to try a new few.
You should try, because today we are living in a country which is probably the best in the world for everything that's available in our supermarkets.
And there's some beautiful recipes. Now, we go through all the different foods. We've got the starters in here, we've got the main courses. We do a lot of meat cooking, there's vegetarian cooking. There are desserts in here as well, all with wonderful pictures just to illustrate things. So, you know, cumin yogurt smoothie, mango yogurt smoothies. There's all sorts of snacks as well. And actually, Indian food is quite centred around small amounts of lots of different flavours, isn't it?
The working class of Bombay literally lives off the streets. So when they are working all day, they are literally living off the streets of Bombay. So plenty of great food on the streets, plenty of great cooking. We have amazing snacks all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what people do all the time, actually.
And do you have to be robust in terms of your, you know, toleration of spices? Do you have to have you know, lots of chilies and things?
Not at all, really.
Yeah? Because a lot of people love the tastes, the different flavours, but they don't really like the too hot a spice.
Because I think people make a mistake of confusing chili with spice. Spice doesn't have to make your food hot. It's all about flavour. Chili can make your food hot. So.
Okay. So just cut back on the chilies and keep
just cut back on the chilies, just enjoy yourself.
Now, so you'd call these a patty. I guess traditionally in India you probably wouldn't have them with a bread bap or a roll, but...
We'd have it a naan.
Okay, naan, yeah.
The Bombay naan is almost like a bread, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very popular. So this kind of a thing, you probably get it on the streets as well. Indians love burgers. Indians love designing different things. They've been doing it forever.
Yeah. And you do love your meats as well?
Oh, yes, we do.
I mean, lamb, you know, patties...
Mostly goat.
Okay.
Mostly goat. But Indians love their meat.
And fish, too, is an important...
especially in Bombay.
Well. In Bombay as well?
In the coastal regions.
Okay. Now, I mean, you've just been awarded the Good Food Personality of the Year. I mean, that you must be very, very proud of that.
Absolutely. So it came as a bit of a shock and a surprise. But
a pleasant one.
But a pleasant one, yes.
Now, is that finished?
Now, yes, sir.
Hold on, I'm just going to dance over here and get a knife and fork. Or should I try and bite into it? What do you reckon?
Well, if you have a mouth big enough, you can bite into it.
I'm going to ruin your display because that looks gorgeous. I mean, does that look gorgeous? Wow.
Has to work.
That is
and so easy. Takes minutes in a good machine.
Yeah, it's so full of flavour, and it's just got a little hint of spice in terms of hotness.
Yeah.
But the kids would love that as well.
Your kids would love that, and kids, I think it's best to get kids used to these things earlier in life, so that as they grow older, they can become more experimental. And it solves the purpose of what we are doing in Britain today, is trying to encourage kids to eat real food.
Real food, and you know where it came from as well.
And easy to cook, and good English beetroot, carrots, whatever.
That's lovely. Oh, I'm going to...
Try the coleslaw.
I'm going to try that coleslaw as well, but in a little while from now, because otherwise I won't get the chance to say, Cyrus, thank you so much for popping by to the morning show.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you
very much.
It's our
pleasure entirely.
Thank you for having me.
Don't forget, his fabulous book. It's a hardback book. It comes complete with that recipe for the burgers, and you're the only people to get that. And it's signed, and you're going to love trying something new with what you normally do, a cottage pie with a difference, maybe a fish recipe with a difference. But that is a great cookbook and more. Cyrus, thank you once again.
Thanks a lot.